We met again after years apart and it felt like fate. There was an intensity, a pull we couldn't ignore. We talked for hours, catching up, the connection deepening with every word. Our relationship became a whirlwind, beautiful, chaotic, and long distance. Despite the miles, we made it work. We decided to be exclusive. He told me he wanted only me, and I believed him. Late-night calls and weekend visits became my anchors. Then he suggested a threesome, framed as an adventure to deepen our intimacy. I hesitated but wanted to make him happy, so I agreed. We set boundaries, made promises, but it became clear it wasn't about us. The dynamic shifted, his desires took center stage. I started to feel like a spectator in my own relationship. Trust began to feel fragile, like thin ice over dark water. I tried to push down my doubts, telling myself love required trust. But I was the only one holding up my end of the bargain. The first crack had appeared, and I couldn't unsee it. I wanted this love to last, but something fundamental had changed. I ignored the warning signs, hoping things would get better. I didn't realize I was already losing myself. Sometimes the beginning of the end is just a whisper in the dark. The first real betrayal came when I found a dating app on his phone. My heart dropped as I saw his profile. He was looking for other women. When I confronted him, he cried, swore it was a mistake, and deleted the app in front of me. I chose to believe him because I loved him. But the promises were smoke. Soon, I found out he was posting on Reddit, seeking hookups. He claimed he didn't remember, blamed it on being drunk. The denial was almost worse than the act. I started to question my own sanity. Was I wrong for being hurt? Was I overreacting? He painted himself as a victim of his own impulses. I patched up the holes in our sinking ship and kept rowing. The trust I tried to rebuild shattered again and again. Each discovery was a blow, but I kept hoping for a happy ending. I wanted to believe in us, even as the evidence piled up. I was clinging to a story that was already falling apart. Sometimes love is just denial dressed up as hope. I asked for a break, desperate to breathe and think. He promised things would be different, swore devotion, said all the right words. But during that break, I saw him with another woman, intimate, close. He insisted she was just a friend, twisted the story until I felt paranoid. He followed up with grand gestures, painting a picture of a perfect future. I became addicted to his apologies, clinging to the hope that love could fix him. I convinced myself the real him was the man who wrote me love letters, not the one who lied. The cycle of pain and reassurance was dizzying. I believed his love would conquer his demons. I didn't see I was just another part of his game. I was the stable home he returned to after his adventures. The romantic words were a drug, numbing me to the truth. I kept hoping for change, refusing to accept reality. I was lost in a story he was writing, not living. Sometimes, love is just a beautiful lie. Eventually, I moved to his city, and we moved in together. I thought this was our fresh start. We decorated, cooked, and settled into a domestic rhythm. I let my guard down, wanting to believe the worst was behind us. I ignored the red flags, his guarded phone, his distant moods. Then I found photos of other women on his computer. The betrayal was still happening, even as we shared a home. He claimed the photos were old, forgotten. The argument was explosive, a hurricane of hurt and anger. He retreated into denial, minimizing everything. He made me feel like I was the problem dredging up the past. I was exhausted by his emotional manipulation. I wanted to believe in the man who held my hand, not the one who lied. But the truth was inescapable. I was tired of being painted with the colors of his deceit. Sometimes, love is just surviving the storm. The final straw wasn't dramatic. It was a quiet, soul-crushing discovery. I saw messages to other women, plans for secret meetings. The evidence was undeniable. The man I loved was a stranger, living a double life. All his promises and apologies were just tools of manipulation. The realization was a cold clarity. I packed a bag and told him it was over. The breakup was ugly. He sobbed, begged, confessed everything. He said he was addicted to the chase, the thrill, the secret. He claimed it had nothing to do with me, that he loved me. He promised to get help, started therapy, swore this time was different. His confession felt different, a real diagnosis, a reason for the pain. It offered a new kind of hope, a path to a cure. I wanted to believe he wasn't just a bad person, but a broken one. I almost believed he could be fixed, but hope can be dangerous. Sometimes love is just a story we tell ourselves to survive, and sometimes the truth is the only way out. Against all logic, I stayed. He's in therapy, more attentive, more present. He gives me access to his devices, but love shouldn't feel like surveillance. On the surface, things are better. We laugh, talk about the future, but underneath, anxiety hums. The trust is gone. I don't know if it can ever be restored. Sometimes I wonder who he really is. Is he the man who holds me, or the one who lied? Loving him now feels like willful ignorance. So I ask you, what do you do when the person you love is also the one who's hurt you most? Is it brave to stay, or foolish to keep giving chances? I'm standing at a crossroads, holding the shattered pieces of my heart. What would you do?